Hello, it's the Architect. Want to make a video to talk seriously about something. I want to conceal myself because I don't feel like being on camera. I want to use my plague doctor persona. All right, are you okay with that? If I'll be more standard with it. I gotta unheart it and then I heart it back to put it in the front line. He loves it. When I first moved into this place, it was many years ago. I moved in here, but I started getting like this. I think it was fibromyalgia. Um, it was like my whole body had fucking um, arthritis. It was horrible. I could barely move. I could stand up, and my joints were just fucked up. That's when I discovered Orgone. This is some Orgone right here. This is an Orgone shungite star tetrahedron, and I started making the Orgone. This is some of the Orgone that I've made. I just use the epoxy resin, which isn't clear like this resin is. I would take brass flakes that you get from the you can get them from the key maker shop. If you go there and you ask them, you can even go to the back of the Walmarts where they make keys, and if you ask them uh, nice using your social engineering skills, they'll just give you the bag of the stuff they sweep out of there because it's recyclable. But that is a conductive material, and you need to have 50% conductive material mixed with 50% of this resin, which is an organic material. So inside of that, you take a crystal. You need to have gloves on when you do it. If you take a quartz crystal, a piezoelectric quartz, and you coil it using the right hand rule, when you insert it into there, in the mold, so say it's a pyramid upside down, you've got the quartz in the top, and the rest of the mixture, you'll have to figure out how much is 50% of those two materials. When you pour it in there, it'll harden. Now, when the material hardens, it squeezes that quartz crystal. And when a squeezed quartz generates a small amount of electricity, and it will generate that electricity, moving it through and activate the orgone. And that's what the orgone is, like in a pyramid. Well, I didn't have to make very much of it. It slowly, during 1 week of making it, that shit went away. It never came back. But there was a small period of time where I was just fucked. I was fucked. I couldn't move. I didn't know why. I went to the doctor. They couldn't do nothing. I got a job at a pizza place. I could barely move. I didn't know how it was gonna fucking be. But once I started making this stuff, it started to heal me. But now you see, having this stuff around, this isn't just good for you. It's good for all the things around you. So think about pests. Your pest will be resilient. Now, I didn't realize that till recently. Seeing some phenomenal, extra resilient bugs, I began to ponder, wow, it seems like it's doing them good too. That's a problem. Now, it's also a consciousness tool. Am I recording this? Okay, yeah. So, it'll cause issues to come up that you have that are relevant, especially to your relationship with the people around you in your environment. Could be your family, could be just how you interact with people. But orgone tends to direct, like electricity goes the path of least resistance. Orgone pushes vital energy towards the resistance and breaks it up. Now there's destructive orgone. You can make a cloud buster, and if you make a cloud buster, what you do is, you see this tattoo I've got here, this try to put it out there. Well, anyway, it's basically a circle with put 6 circles in it, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with one in the middle, 7. Just like this, there's tubes coming out of a cake of the orgone, where you have layers. Each layer that you have, that you go, it could be metal, wire metal, like cage or grating, then insulation, like pink insulation, then the metal again, then the insulation. Alternate layers of that sucks in that energy and then focuses it. So if you're in a box and it has those layers, you get inside that box, your body will get saturated with positive orgone and you'll feel great. A lot of health problems you have will disappear, and it's biological energy that you need. There was a lot of other phenomenons that occur with orgone, but you know, really just wanted to bring it up because of the healing that it did on me. Now, I've got into the sacred geometry of it and the pyramids, which, since I basically have a standard size of pyramid that I use, like these 1 by 1 pyramids that are like this, I have each one of these for the chakras, and I've gifted so many of those out to people, and they're like sets of 7. So that's like your 7 chakras. You see, it's all going on here. I had this in my buddy's truck for the longest time, right in his hood, and I switched out the yellow one for this one. And I've been putting this one on my speaker because I put the yellow one on the last, and I just switched them out. But I have another set of these coming, of 7. And if I go somewhere far away, I'll bury some of the orgone. Like at this job we're at, I buried some at the power, where the power comes in, because I had like a hexagon cake with some crystals on it, and I just buried that after they ran the power. And that'll help because our frequencies are like 60 hertz and shit that the electricity's on. It's all fucking bad for our biology and creates destructive, what they call electro smog. And it's really not good. And being inside of a metal box trailer like this is not good because there's a certain, your blood's not pumping through your heart's not pumping your blood. It's fucking vortexing that bitch. It's got 7 strands of muscles in that thing that squeeze a certain type of way and spin the blood. So the blood is vortexing through your body. And there's an implosive plasma capacitance, fucking all kinds of crazy other things that we're just beginning to discover now. But these basic shapes, like this shape for a cube, double pyramids, pyramids with circles at the base of them, all have incredible fucking gifts and abilities the other ones don't have. Like this one, the first time I made one of these, and this has just got the quartz crystal in it too, same material. Now the stuff that I make, since I use the lesser material, I make it specifically with the stuff in it for me that I want to happen, the qualities. Now the first one of these that I made, when I dremeled out the edges where I've got this white, I dremeled it out and I put wood in there and glued it in, so it was glued in all around it. That thing became my dream world. That whole cube was the place where I would dream. I would go. I don't know how I know that, but I have lucid dreams, so I don't know what to tell you. A lot of my dreams that I have the content of what's going to happen the very next day in the dreams I have at night. So there's a lot of weird awareness stuff that comes into play when you mess with orgone, and it's great. It'll help you tune to your ancestors, Native American shit. Like this is a badass spear from the land out here. This is another scraping tool, and look, it looks like it's got an owl in it. Put it the right way. It does look like an owl. If you look at it, you can kind of see it. Yeah, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it must have been on there when they done it. Doesn't look like it. Throw on the camera. You know, it sure as fuck don't. In real life, it looks like it. It looks like an owl. I'll tell you. I met the owl yesterday. It was fucking fantastic. But there's a lot of stuff you can do that's healthy for you, good for you, and will awaken your awareness so that you can be aware of things that are important, especially in how you react, how you interact, and how you're perceived and received by those around you that you care about. I mean, if you don't care about that, fine, but you should care about some shit. I mean, because you didn't just come to this life just for you. You know, you're gonna play a role in some people's lives, and a lot of times, if you're worth a fuck as a person, that role and that interaction you can have with other people can be a good one, and can be you can have a purpose. You can do an assist with people around you, and it's good for you. It feels good to help people out that need help, need guidance, and especially it feels good to kind of have a better idea with what your soul gifts are and what abilities you have and why you're here, because there's probably a good reason for it. A lot of times it takes a long time for people to wake up and realize what that is. Just don't be one of those dumb people that don't pay attention and is only into very vain level stuff, because there's a fascinating depth to the world all around you. I'm just saying, if you're open to it and not such a dick to anything a little woo, you might just be surprised. Have a nice day.